Hello everyone, myself Ans. Today we are going to solve the problem of UPSC online. Here in the question, a line is drawn through a variable point on the ellipse and z is equal to 0 to meet two fixed line y is equal to mx and z is equal to c and y is equal to minus of x and z is equal to minus of c. Find the locus of the line. Question is based on straight lines in 3D. Let's solve the problem. Given equation of ellipse is x square upon a square plus of y square upon b square is equal to 1. Let this equation 1 and the line is given and the line is y is equal to mx and z is equal to c and second line is given, that is y is equal to minus of mx and z is equal to minus of c. We can write we can write it also in the form of, that is y minus of mx is equal to 0 and z minus of c is equal to 0. And for the second line we can also write, that is y plus of mx is equal to 0 and z plus of c is equal to 0. Let this equation second and this is equation third. We have to write any line intersecting equation 2 and third is given by, that is y minus of mx plus k1 z minus of c is equal to 0 and for the equation third, that is y plus of mx plus k2 z plus of c is equal to 0. And from here, let this is the equation 4. Let this equation 4th, and we can also from here we have to find the value of k1 and k2, that is we have to find from k1, that is k1 into z minus of c is equal to taking y minus mx into right hand side, that is minus of y minus of mx, and from here we have to find the value of k1, that is k1 is equal to y minus of mx upon z minus of c, and here is minus is present and we have to find the value of k2 from here, that is k2 z plus of c is equal to y plus mx is taken into right hand side, that is minus of y plus mx, and from here we have to find the value of k2, that is k2 is equal to minus of y plus of mx and upon z plus of c, and we can also write, that is the value of k1 is on multiplying minus, that is minus of y and plus of x, that is mx minus of y upon z minus of c. Further equation 4th meets at z is equal to 0. Then we have to put the value of z in equation 4, we have to put z is equal to 0, then equation 4th becomes, that is y minus of mx plus k1, and we have to put here z is equal to 0, that is of minus kc, that is minus of Kc is equal to 0. And further we have to put in this equation also, z is equal to 0, that is y plus of mx plus k2, and in place of z we have to put 0, that is kc k2c is equal to 0. And from here we have to find the value of x and y. You can also write in the form of, that is y minus of mx minus of k1c is equal to 0, and this equation is also written as, that is y plus of mx and plus of k2c is equal to 0. We have to find the value of x and y from here, that is, let this is equation fourth and this is fifth. Then further we have to adding equation fourth and fifth, that is we can write, that is y minus of mx minus of k1c is equal to 0, and the equation fifth is y plus of mx minus plus of k2c is equal to 0. We have to add here, that is minus of mx and plus of mx is cancelled out, and from here plus of y and plus of y, it is 2y. 2y is equal to 2y, and here is minus of k1c and plus of k2c is equal to 0. And we can also write in the form of, that is 2y is equal to, taking minus of k1c and k2c into right hand side, that is minus of k1c is taken to right hand side, that is plus of k1c, and we have to take plus of k2c into right hand side, that is minus of k2c, and from here, once again, mx is cancelled out. Then from here we can also write, that is taking c common, that is k1 minus of k2, and this is y is equal to c by 2 and k1 minus of k2. Further we have to find the value of y. We have to add subtracting equation fourth minus of fifth. Then further we have to write, that is y minus of mx and minus of k1c is equal to 0, and the equation fifth is written as y plus of mx and plus of k2c is equal to 0. We have to change the sign, that is plus is minus and plus is minus, here is plus is minus. So where y to y is cancelled out, plus minus, here is minus of 2mx and here is minus of k1c and minus of k2c is equal to 0. We have to further solve. That is minus of 2mx and taking minus of k1c and minus of k2c into right hand side, that is k1c plus of k2c. From here we have to take common c, that is k1 plus k2, and we have to find the value of x here, that is x is equal to, putting minus of 2m into denominator of c times k1 plus k2, that is c into k1 plus k2 upon 2m minus of 2m, and further this is the value of x and y. Satisfied the equation of ellipse. Here in the question set the variable point on the ellipse. So we have to put the value of x and y in the question 1 of ellipse. Once again, so we have to put the value of x and y. This is the value of x and this is the value of y. We have to put the value of x and y in the ellipse and satisfy, that is, in place of x we have to put c times of, that is x, that is c square, and k1 plus k2 का whole square upon, here is minus of 2m square, that is plus of 4m square, plus of a square is already present, that is 4 square m square, and plus of, in place of y we have to put the value of c by 2, that is c square by 4, and here is k1 minus k2 का whole square, and upon, here upon is b square, that is b square is equal to 1. Further we have to solve, that is taking LCM, that is c square and b square, c square b square, k1 plus k2 का whole square, plus of, we have to take LCM here, that is 4 a square m square and b square. From here is 4 a square m square is present, not b square, so I have to multiply this term with b square. Further in the 4 b square is present and a square m square, not c square plus a, c square into a square into m square into k1 minus of k2 का square is equal to 1. 4b square, that is a square m square. Further we have to write, that is c square of b square into k1 plus k2 का square plus c square a square into m square into k1 minus of k2 का square, and is equal to, we have to cross multiplication with 1, that is 4 a square m square b square. Further we have to put the value of k1 and k2. We have to further find the value of k1. The value of k2 is this, and the value of k2 is this, and k1 is this. So we have to put the value in the given equation, that is, once again, we have to put the value, that is, first we have to take a common from here, m square is not common here, once again, c square b square, nothing is common, that is we have to put the value of k1 plus k2, that is c square b square, and we have to put the value of k1. First we have to put the value of k1, that is k1 is mx minus of y upon z minus of c, once again k1 plus k2, and plus of k2, the value of k2 is, here, that is minus of, once again, k1 plus k2, mx minus of y, z minus of c, and we have to put the value of k2 here, that is, here is minus y plus of mx upon z plus of c, and this is square plus c square a square m square, and again we have to put the value of k1 and k2, that is k1 is mx minus of y upon z minus of c, and here is minus, so minus is plus, that is y plus of mx upon z plus of c, का होल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 4a square m square b square. We have to further solve the given question. We get the required locus. Further we have to write, that is, from here we have to take a LCM also, that is c square b square, and from here k1 plus k2 का whole square. On taking LCM, that is z minus of c and z plus c. One second. We can also write, that is mx minus of y into z plus of c and minus of y plus of mx into z minus of c का whole square upon one second, upon z minus of c का square, z minus of c का square into z plus of c का square. We have to take LCM, plus c square a square m square, and from here we can also write, that is mx minus of y into z plus of c plus y plus of mx into z minus of c का whole square upon z minus of c का whole square into z plus of c का whole square is equal to 4a square m square b square. From here we have to also taking LCM, that is z minus of c ka whole square and z plus of c ka square. Here is also then the LCM is same. Further we have to put once again c square b square into mx minus of y and z plus of c minus of y plus of mx into z minus of c का square plus c square a square m square into mx minus of y and z plus of c plus y plus mx into z minus of c का whole square, and LCM are z minus of c का whole square and z plus of c का whole square. Taking into the, we have to write here, that is LCM is z minus of c का whole square and z plus of c का whole square, and is equal to 4a square m square b square. Further we have to cross multiplication. From here, that is, we have to take common, c square is not common, b square will not. We can also write in the form of, that is c square b square and multiply with, that is z, that is mxz and minus of my, and from here that is plus of mxc and minus of cy, and minus is here, that is multiplication with, that is yz. Here is yz and plus of mxz and minus of cy and minus of mxc. We can also written as it is, but we have to also further proceed to open the multiplication with this function. Or some we have to eliminate, and now we have to also write in the exit plus of c square a square and to m square. We have to multiply here, that is mxz minus of my and plus of mxc and minus of cy, and here is plus of yz and plus of mxz plus of, once again, first we have to multiply it with yz and mxz, further we have to minus of cy and minus of mxc का whole square upon, we have to multiply this the denominator with the equal to, that is equal to 4a square m square b square into z minus of c का whole square and z plus of c का whole square. Further from here, that is we can, this is the required locus. Further we have to solve, we get the lengthy answer. Thank you class and thank you for watching.